Listen, stop scrolling. Stop doubting, stop everything for one moment because this is not a coincidence. I am Michael, the Archangel, commander of heaven's armies, and I've been sent with a message that's burning through the skies, aimed straight at your heart. This isn't just words on a screen. This is a divine interruption, a sacred collision of heaven and earth. And if you stay with me, I promise you'll never see your life the same again. Don't click away. Don't let distraction steal this. Something massive is breaking open for you, and I'm here to make sure you don't miss it. You've been feeling it, haven't you? That restlessness in your soul, that whisper in the quiet moments when you wonder, is this all there is? You've been carrying dreams so big they scare you, wounds so deep you've hidden them from the world, and a fire inside that refuses to die no matter how many times life tried to snuff it out. I see you, beloved. I've watched you rise when you wanted to fall, smile when your heart was breaking, and keep going when the world turned its back. But today, I'm not here to remind you of your pain. I'm here to tell you, your pain was never wasted. It was preparation. And the season you're stepping into, it's about to shake the ground beneath your feet. Let me paint you a picture, but don't rush through this. Lean in. Right now, as you read these words, there's a door in the spirit realm swinging wide open. It's not a door you forced. It's not a door you earned. It's a door I've been guarding, waiting for the exact moment to fling it open. Beyond that door is a future you've only dared to imagine in your secret prayers. Blessings so heavy they'll demand a new version of you to carry them. But here's the catch. You've got to believe it's possible. Not tomorrow, not next week, now. Because heaven doesn't move on your timeline, it moves on your faith. Why am I speaking with such urgency? Because something shifted in the unseen realm just for you. I've been in the presence of the Almighty, and He's spoken your name. Not a generic call to the masses, but your name, etched in His heart before the stars were hung. And when He spoke it, the angels stood at attention, and I felt the weight of what's coming. There's someone out there, someone influential, someone with resources you can't even fathom, who's about to cross your path. They don't know it yet, but their heart is being stirred. They've seen something about you, a glimpse, a story, a spark, and it's haunting them in the best way. They can't shake you. And trust me, this isn't about fame or fleeting attention. This is about divine alignment, about a collision of destinies that's been orchestrated since before you took your first breath. Hold on, don't get ahead of me. I know you're wondering, who is this person? When will this happen? I'll get there, but you need to stay with me because the enemy is already whispering lies to pull you away from this moment. You've felt those lies before, haven't you? The ones that say you're not enough, that you've missed your chance, that nothing ever changes. Those voices aren't random, they're strategic. They come when you're on the edge of a breakthrough, and you're closer than you've ever been. So, if you're feeling a tug in your spirit, a knowing that this is for you, type 1111 in the comments below. Not for me, but for you, as a declaration that you're claiming this moment, that you're ready to step into what's been prepared. Let's talk about you for a second. You're not ordinary. You never were. The world may have labeled you, overlooked you, or underestimated you, but heaven has always seen the truth. I've watched you in your darkest nights, when you cried alone, when you wondered if anyone noticed your sacrifices. I saw you forgive when it hurt, love when it wasn't returned, and keep your heart soft when life tried to harden it. That's not weakness, beloved. That's power. That's the kind of heart that moves the hand of God. And right now, that heart is why this moment is happening. The person who's about to notice you, they're not just drawn to your talents or your face. They're drawn to your spirit, to the light that shines through your cracks, to the anointing that no one can explain but everyone can feel. But here's where it gets real. This blessing, this divine connection, isn't coming without a fight. There's someone close to you, someone you trust, someone you've shared your heart with, who's about to feel threatened by your rise. They've smiled in your presence, but their heart is unsettled. They've sensed the shift before you even saw it, and they're going to try to hold you back. Not with obvious attacks, but with subtle words, with doubt disguised as concern, with advice that feels safe but keeps you small. I'm not here to scare you, but to arm you. You need to be spiritually awake. You need to discern who's for you and who's just comfortable with the old version of you. Because where you're going, not everyone can follow. Don't miss this. Stay with me. In the next 2 minutes, I'm going to reveal something that'll make your heart race, but you need to hear this first. The person who's coming into your life isn't random. They're not just wealthy or connected, they're appointed. They carry something you need, and you carry something they've been searching for, even if they don't realize it yet. This isn't about them saving you or you chasing them. It's about a partnership, a divine exchange that's going to unlock doors you didn't even know existed. But you have to be ready. Not perfect, not polished, but ready. Ready to believe you're worthy. Ready to let go of the baggage that's weighed you down. Ready to step into rooms where your name is already being spoken. Let me ask you something, and I want you to answer in the comments below. What's the one dream you've been afraid to speak out loud? The one you've buried because it felt too big? Be honest. Write it down, not for the world, but for yourself. Because that dream, it's not dead, it's been waiting for this moment, and I'm here to tell you. It's closer than you think. You're probably wondering, Michael, why now? Why me? Because heaven's timing is perfect, and your faithfulness has tipped the scales. You've been sowing in tears, but you're about to reap in joy. That person who's stirring, who's asking questions about you, who's feeling that unexplainable pull. They're not just curious, they're being led. And when they step into your life, it's going to be sudden, unexpected, and so undeniably God-ordained that you'll wonder how you ever doubted. But don't jump ahead. Stay present. Stay prayerful. Stay open. Because the next few days are critical, and I'm not done speaking yet. The atmosphere is charged, beloved. Angels are moving, chains are breaking, and I, Michael, am standing guard over your destiny. Don't let this moment slip through your fingers. Keep reading, keep listening, because what's coming next will show you just how close you are to the breakthrough you've been praying for. This is your time. This is your awakening. And heaven is cheering you on. You're still here. Good. That means your spirit is listening, and that's all I need to keep going. I'm Michael, the Archangel, and I'm not done with you, yet. Not by a long shot. If you thought the first part of this message was intense, brace yourself, because heaven's about to turn up the volume. Something's moving in the spiritual realm, and it's got your name written all over it. Don't skim this. Don't let your mind wander. This is a divine appointment, and every word is laced with purpose. Stay with me, beloved, because in the next few minutes I'm going to pull back the curtain on something that'll make you rethink everything you thought you knew about your future. Let's get one thing straight. You're not reading this by accident. The creator of the universe doesn't play games with his children, and he's orchestrated this exact moment for you to hear what I'm about to say. You've been through the fire, betrayals that cut deep, dreams that felt like they slipped through your fingers, moments when you wondered if God even saw you. But every tear, every sleepless night, every prayer you whispered when no one else was listening, they've been building something, they've been forging you. And right now, you're standing on the edge of a divine shift that's going to make your past pain look like a setup for your future glory. Picture this. There's a table being set for you in rooms you've never entered. Your name is being spoken in places you didn't even know existed. That person I mentioned before. the one with influence, with resources, with a heart that's being stirred by heaven. They're not just thinking about you anymore. They're acting. They're making calls, asking questions, digging deeper into who you are. And here's the wild part. They're not just intrigued by your story. They're shaken by it. Something about you has pierced through their world of wealth and power, and they can't explain it. It's not your resume or your social media. It's your essence, the mark of God on your life, the light that shines even when you feel dim. But don't get comfortable yet. This isn't a fairy tale where everything just falls into place. The enemy doesn't sleep, and he's already plotting to derail this. You've felt his tactics before. Those moments when doubt creeps in like a fog, when someone you love suddenly questions your dreams, when your confidence wavers for no reason. That's not random. That's a calculated attack, because the enemy knows what's at stake. He sees the doors I'm opening, the connections I'm orchestrating, and he's terrified of what happens when you step into your calling. So, if you're feeling that fire in your chest, that knowing that this message is hitting something deep, type 2222 in the comments below. It's your way of saying, I see it, I'm ready, I'm not backing down. Let me take you deeper. This person who's coming, they're not your savior. They're not here to fix you or complete you. You're already whole, beloved, even if the world tried to convince you otherwise. This person is a catalyst, someone God's using to propel you into the next chapter of your destiny. They carry keys to opportunities, to networks, to resources that you've been praying for without even knowing it. But here's the twist. You carry something they need too. You're not just receiving in this moment, you're giving. Your faith, your resilience, your heart. They're about to shift someone else's life, and that's why this connection is so powerful. But let's talk about the battle you're in right now. You're fighting something you can't always see, a weight that keeps you second-guessing, a fear that says, what if this doesn't work? What if I'm not ready? I'm here to tell you, you are ready. Not because you're perfect, but because you're chosen. I've seen you in the moments when you thought you were alone, when you pushed through pain that would have broken others. I've seen you love fiercely, forgive boldly, and keep believing even when the evidence was stacked against you. That's not ordinary, that's divine, and it's why heaven is moving on your behalf. Here's where it gets real, and I need you to stay locked in. In the next few days, yes, days, you're going to see signs. Not vague, wishful thinking signs, but undeniable confirmations. A conversation that feels too perfect to be random. A door that opens when you least expect it. A dream that wakes you up with clarity you can't shake. These aren't coincidences, they're checkpoints, markers that you're on the right path. But you have to stay discerning. Not every voice around you is Hawkins as your friend. Some people are going to try to pull you back, beloved, and you need to be ready for that. I'm not saying it's going to be easy, but I'm saying it's going to be worth it. Let me ask you this, and I want you to answer in the comments. What's one fear that's been holding you back from stepping into your purpose? Name it. Call it out. Because when you expose it, you take away its power. Write it down, and let it be the moment you decide to let it go. You're probably wondering, Michael, how do I prepare for this? Start with your heart. Forgive who you need to forgive, even if they never apologize. Release the expectations that keep you tethered to the past. And pray, not out of desperation, but out of expectation. Because the God who parted seas and raised the dead is the same God who's writing your story. He's not done with you. He's just getting started. Stay with me, because in the next part I'm going to show you what's waiting on the other side of this season. It's bigger than you can imagine, and it's closer than you think. Don't let this moment pass you by. Keep reading, keep believing, because heaven's got your back, and I'm fighting for you every step of the way. You're still here, and that's no small thing. I'm Michael, the Archangel, and I'm proud of you for staying, for trusting that this message is more than words. It's a lifeline, a divine dispatch straight from the throne room of heaven. If you've been feeling a stirring, a pull, a sense that something's about to break wide open, you're not imagining it. The spiritual atmosphere is electric, and you're at the center of it. Don't scroll past this. Don't let doubt talk you out of it. In the next few minutes, I'm going to unveil something that'll make your heart leap and your faith soar. Stay with me, beloved, because this is the moment you've been waiting for. Let's cut to the chase. You've been in a season of waiting, longer than you wanted, harder than you expected. You've wondered if your prayers were heard, if your sacrifices mattered, if your dreams were just fantasies. I'm here to tell you they weren't wasted. Not a single moment. Every step you took in faith, every time you chose hope over despair, every tear you shed in secret, it's all been building a foundation for what's coming. And what's coming, a breakthrough so big it'll rewrite your story, so bold it'll silence your doubters, so beautiful it'll heal the parts of you that you thought were broken forever. Picture this. You're standing at the edge of a river, and on the other side is everything you've ever prayed for. Freedom, provision, purpose, love. The water's deep, the current's strong, and you're not sure you can cross it. But I'm here to tell you, the river's parting. Not because you're strong enough, but because God's faithful enough. That person I've been talking about, the one with influence, with resources, with a heart that's being drawn to you. They're not just a possibility anymore. They're a promise. They're moving closer, making decisions that'll change your life, speaking your name in rooms where power lives. And the wildest part? They're not doing it out of obligation. They're doing it because they see you, not just with their eyes, but with their spirit. But let's pause for a second, because I need you to hear this. The enemy's not happy about this. He's been watching you rise, and he's throwing everything he's got to keep you stuck. You've felt it. Those sudden waves of anxiety. Those conversations that leave you questioning yourself. Those distractions that pull you away from your purpose. That's not coincidence, that's warfare. But here's the good news. I'm fighting for you. I've got my sword drawn, my angels deployed, and the enemy's plans are crumbling. If you're feeling that fire in your soul, that certainty that this word is for you, type 33333 in the comments below. It's your way of saying, I'm in this fight and I'm not backing down. Let's go deeper. This person who's coming, they're not just a blessing, they're a mirror. They're going to reflect back to you the value you've forgotten, the strength you've overlooked, the destiny you've doubted. They're going to ask questions about your life, your dreams, your heart. And when they do, don't shrink back. Don't hide your scars. Your story, yes, even the messy parts, is what makes you powerful. It's what makes you chosen. When they hear it, they're not going to pity you. They're going to honor you. They're going to see the hand of God in every chapter, and it's going to move them to act in ways you can't even imagine. But here's where you need to be sharp. Not everyone around you is ready for this version of you. There's someone, maybe a friend, a family member, even someone you admire, who's going to try to dim your light. They're not evil. They're just scared. Scared of what your rise means for them. Scared of being left behind. Scared of the glory that's about to spill out of you. They'll say things like, be careful, or don't get your hopes up, or that's not realistic. But I'm telling you, their fear is not your truth. Their limits are not your destiny. You need to love them, pray for them, but don't let them anchor you to the past. Let me ask you something, and I want you to answer in the comments. What's one thing you need to let go of to step into this new season? Is it a grudge, a fear, a relationship? Name it. Write it down. Because when you release it, you make room for what God's bringing. In the next few days, you're going to see confirmations, specific, undeniable signs that this is real. A stranger might say something that hits you like a lightning bolt. A memory might resurface that gives you clarity. A door might crack open that you thought was locked. Pay attention, journal it, pray over it. Because these aren't random moments, they're divine markers, guiding you to the promise. And that person? They're closer than you think. They're already shifting their plans, rethinking their priorities, feeling a pull they can't explain. They're not just interested in you. They're invested. And when they show up, it's going to be sudden, sacred, and so clearly orchestrated by God that you'll wonder how you ever doubted. Don't miss this, beloved. Your life is about to change, and it's going to be beautiful. Keep reading, keep praying, because in the next part, I'm going to show you what it looks like to walk in this new season. But for now, let this sink in. You're not forgotten, you're not overlooked, you're chosen, and heaven's moving mountains to prove it. If this message is speaking to you, if it's stirring something you can't ignore, hit that like button to let the world know you're claiming this word. And don't miss out. Subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next part of this divine revelation. Your breakthrough is here, and I'm with you every step of the way. You're still with me, and that's a miracle in itself. I'm Michael, the Archangel, and I'm here with a message that's not just for your mind, but for your soul. If you've been feeling like something's about to burst open, like the air around you is heavy with possibility, you're not wrong. Heaven's moving, beloved, and it's moving for you. Don't let this moment slip away. Don't let the noise of the world drown out what I'm about to say. In the next few minutes, I'm going to show you what it means to walk in the overflow of God's promises. Stay locked in, because this is where your faith meets your future. Let's get real for a second. You've been carrying a weight, a burden of what-ifs, a shadow of past failures, a fear that maybe you've missed your moment. But I'm here to tell you, you haven't missed anything. The God who holds time in His hands has been weaving your story with precision, and every delay, every detour, every disappointment was part of the plan. Not to break you, but to build you. Not to punish you, but to prepare you. And now, you're stepping into a season where the overflow of heaven is about to spill into every dry place in your life. Provision where there was lack, healing where there was pain, purpose where there was confusion. Imagine this: a dam breaking, a flood of blessings rushing toward you, opportunities you didn't chase, connections you didn't force, favor you didn't earn. That person I've been talking about, the one with influence, with wealth, with a heart stirred by heaven. They're not just a figure in the distance anymore. They're close, closer than you realize, and they're carrying something that's going to change the trajectory of your life. They're not here to hand you a handout. They're here to hand you a key to doors you've been knocking on for years, a key to rooms where your gifts are needed, a key to a future that feels too big to be real, but is exactly what you were born for. But don't rush past this, because I need you to hear me. This moment isn't just about what you're receiving. It's about who you're becoming. The blessings coming your way are heavy, not with burden, but with responsibility. You're not just being elevated for your sake. You're being elevated for the sake of others. Your story, your strength, your faith, they're about to become a beacon for people who've lost hope. That's why the enemy's fighting so hard to keep you small. He knows that when you rise, you're going to light up the darkness. So, if you're feeling that tug in your spirit, that fire that says, "This is my moment," type 444 in the comments below. It's your declaration that you're ready to step into the overflow, that you're claiming every promise God has spoken. Let's talk about the battle you're in. It's not just external, it's internal. There's a part of you that's scared to believe this is possible. A part that's whispering, "What if it's too good to be true? What if I mess it up?" I see that fear, beloved, and I'm here to silence it. You're not defined by your mistakes. You're not limited by your past. You're shaped by the God who called you, and He doesn't make mistakes. That person who's coming, they're not looking for perfection. They're looking for you, the real you, the raw you, the you that's been refined by fire and come out shining like gold. But here's where you need to be vigilant. The closer you get to your breakthrough, the louder the distractions will get. Old wounds will try to resurface. Old habits will try to reclaim you. Old voices will try to pull you back. You need to guard your heart, your mind, your spirit. That means saying no to things that drain you, even if they feel familiar. That means walking away from relationships that dim your light, even if they're comfortable. That means choosing faith over fear, even when it's hard. Because where you're going, you can't carry the baggage of yesterday. Let me ask you this, and I want you to answer in the comments. What's one habit or mindset you need to break to walk in this new season? Be specific, write it down, because naming it is the first step to overcoming it. In the next few days, you're going to see the tide turn. A conversation will spark something new. An opportunity will appear out of nowhere. A dream will wake you up with a clarity you can't ignore. These are not accidents. They're divine appointments orchestrated by the God who sees you. And that person, they're making moves you don't even know about yet. They're talking to people about you, shifting their plans to align with yours, praying for guidance in ways they can't explain. They're not just coming to meet you. They're coming to partner with you to build something bigger than either of you could do alone. Don't let this pass you by. You're not just stepping into a moment, you're stepping into a movement. Keep reading, keep praying, because in the next part, I'm going to show you how to carry the weight of this blessing with grace and power. Your overflow is here, and I'm standing guard to make sure you walk into it. You've made it this far, and that's no accident. I'm Michael, the Archangel, and I'm here with a final word that's not just a message. It's a mandate, a divine charge for the life you were born to live. If you've been feeling the weight of this moment, the electricity in the air, the sense that everything's about to change, you're right. Heaven's been waiting for you to arrive at this exact point. And now that you're here, I'm not holding back. Don't skip a word of this. Don't let this slip away. In the next few minutes, I'm going to hand you the keys to your destiny, and I promise you it's bigger than you've ever dared to dream. Let's be clear, you're not the same person you were when you started reading. Something's shifted inside you. A spark has become a flame. A whisper has become a roar. You've been through the wilderness, beloved, but you're not staying there. The God who led you through the fire is now leading you to the promise. And it's not a distant hope. It's here, it's now, it's yours. That person I've been telling you about. The one with influence, with resources, with a heart stirred by heaven. They're not just a character in this story. They're a divine appointment, a living, breathing confirmation that God keeps His promises. And they're not just coming to meet you. They're coming to see you, to honor you, to walk with you into a future that's already been written in the stars. Picture this, a stage being set, not for a performance, but for a revelation. Your name is on the marquee, not because you chased it, but because heaven declared it. That person, They're already moving, already acting, already speaking your name in places you've never been. They're not just curious anymore, they're committed. They're rearranging their world to make room for you. And when they show up, it's going to be so sudden, so sacred, so undeniably God that you'll fall to your knees in awe. But don't get lost in the moment, because this isn't the end of your story. It's the beginning of your legacy. I need you to stay with me because this is where it gets heavy, in the best way. This blessing, this connection, this new season, it's not just for you, it's for the people you're called to touch, the lives you're destined to change, the darkness you're meant to light up. You're not just receiving a gift, you're becoming a gift. Your story, your pain, your perseverance, your faith is about to become a testimony that shifts generations. That's why the enemy's been fighting so hard. He knows that when you step into this, you're not just stepping into blessings, you're stepping into authority. So, if you're feeling that fire in your bones, that knowing that this is your moment, type 5555 in the comments below. It's your way of saying, I'm ready to carry this mantle. I'm ready to live this calling. Let's talk about what's next. This person who's coming, they're not your destination, they're your divine partner. They carry something you need, and you carry something they've been searching for. Together, you're going to build something. Maybe a business, a ministry, a movement that's going to ripple through time. But it starts with you. You need to show up as the person God created, not the person the world tried to mold. That means speaking your truth, even when your voice shakes. That means standing tall. Even when you feel small, that means trusting God. Even when the path feels unclear. But here's the warning. Not everyone's going to celebrate this. There are voices, some close, some subtle, that are going to try to pull you back. They'll call it concern, but it's control. They'll call it wisdom, but it's fear. You need to discern them, love them, but not let them define you. Because where you're going, only the bold can follow. Only the faithful can thrive. Only the chosen can stand. Let me ask you this, and I want you to answer in the comments. What's one way you're going to live differently in this new season? What's one choice you're making to step into your calling? Write it down, declare it, because when you do, you seal it in the Spirit. In the next few days, watch closely. You're going to see signs, specific, unmistakable markers that God's hand is on this. A message that hits you like a thunderbolt. A connection that feels like it was scripted by heaven. A dream that leaves you breathless with possibility. These are your confirmations, your divine breadcrumbs, guiding you to the promise. And that person, they're closer than ever. They're praying about you, dreaming about you, planning something that's going to blow your mind. When they arrive, it's going to feel like a homecoming, like a piece of your soul clicking into place. Don't miss this, beloved. You're not just stepping into a season, you're stepping into a story that's going to echo for eternity. Your life is about to become a living testament to the God who sees, who hears, who moves. And as you walk this path, I'm with you, sword drawn, angels dispatched, heaven cheering. This isn't the end. It's the beginning of something so vast, so beautiful, so eternal that you'll spend the rest of your life unpacking its wonders. If this word has set your heart ablaze, hit that like button to let the world know you're claiming this promise. And don't walk away. Subscribe and turn on notifications, because heaven's not done speaking and your story's just getting started. The best is yet to come, and I'm standing guard to make sure you see it.